This is like, he has a whole arsenal of baggage and carrying items. This is for the exclusive. I'm doing a one-day trip for a massive deal. Yes. I may have to carry some extra cards with me just in case in a pinch. Also some cash.
This is flight here, flight home same day.
Yeah.
TV times King of Cards. Bro. Brand new boxer briefs.
All kidding aside, you should have like a travel set that you build and then sell. Pick a partner, design 4 or 5 things, and have them make them.
I completely agree. If only I had a friend with a Rolodex that had incredible connections.
Well, I can connect you with somebody, and they can make life super easy.
I have my own little warehouse space.
Oh, you want to do it all your own.
Yeah. If I do it properly, then it will be. Handle the whole thing, and then bring in a team that is capable and oversee that. I've watched him do it for years. I'm just following the path.
He's got it all gamed.
He has forged the way for young entrepreneurs in this space. I try to have a life in between shows, but on pace for a show every other weekend this year. We're scaling, we're building up. It wasn't that long ago that I was dealing with, $50 to $100 slabs.
Dude, I've watched the whole way. I know. I mean, I know you've obviously done a great job of scaling.
You know what's so interesting? Like, myself and the business and CardVault, as you and the business, are on very similar trajectories over the past few years. Very interesting, where we were just hanging out BSing at some smaller shows, and then there came the bigger shows and the store and
I met you. Stores. I met you for the first time when I was just a dealer.
Yeah.
I was just setting up shows myself.
And I went from show to show. I would like to mention on camera, and just for the record, so when you watch this back, I've been at all of them, like from the jump back to the smaller shows to the beginning of each shop to, I haven't gone to East Hampton yet, it's just open, give me a second, but I'll be there too, I'm sure. I would, I saw something out of the corner of my eye and I was like, why is it so bright over there?
I wanted to see what your reaction would be on camera, like in a real conversation. What did I say it would be?
No, yeah, just for the camera. Just for the camera, that's good. So the way it works is basically the store, our warehouse, and our corporate offices all share the same service elevator. This is brand new. Jesse and AJ, inventory team.
What's up, guys?
Kyle.
How's it going?
Jack on the operations team. Aldo on the operations team.
How are we doing? Nice meeting you, man.
Aldo, Kyle, Aldo.
Good to meet you. Likewise.
First game-winning drive. It's technically his NFL debut.
What's Tom's reaction to stuff like this?
Loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's super cool. He's also like focused on making sure he's doing a good job. He's one of the best signers I've ever seen. Every single autograph comes out perfect.
The whole Super Bowl run. I want Tom to sign to apology card, a Hallmark, blank inside, I'm sorry card. Just sign that for me. Tell me sorry for ruining my childhood, and I'm good. I'm cashed out. Don't sign my rookies.
Dear Kyle, sorry for all the pain.
That's it. That's all I'm asking for. It obviously has no resale value. That is a collector's item right there, and I will frame it right next to my Mark Sanchez jersey, and that'll be that. You get that? Nick. What's up, brother? Nick. Kyle.
Okay. What are you doing?
I love that.
Can you imagine doing that? You didn't wipe theirs off.
Pan over to the left. So with this whole team and everything and all I'm just so interested. Like, it's amazing to have a full operation.
It's a big operation.
Right, but like there's enough in-person action, retail customers coming through that are justifying.
Yeah, we don't have a single store losing money.
It's impressive.
But if you take this and you take a lot of the stuff that isn't directly attached to each store, the rent, the team employees in each store, the additional costs associated with each individual store, each store is profit. And then you add in layers like this, which are designed for growth.
Fanatics has a huge opportunity because I'm sure they're going to open stores of their own in different places. That wasn't the first and only time. That was a big step for them. Basic mom and pop, community shop that everyone's been going to for years. You have your CardVault, and then you have your Fanatics store, and it's the different tiers. You guys are the middle ground. You balance the experiences. There's the true hobby experience down here, and then there's the retail cookie cutter. We marketed it so you know to come here.
It really comes out of like, we are going to be the national chain for sports cards.
Right.
How do we make sure that the experience is still there and the community is still there?
You brought up the National too. Where I credit the National is that they're on that ground level in terms of purity because it hasn't strayed away from that.
They do have that element of purity, which I think is why the National is what it is and will always be what it is. But I think they need to find the balance of what's the next generation of the National, what's the next step for the National, because I think they can still very much maintain the purity, maintain the importance around the collector community, maintain their image as the show for the collector, right? Fanatics Fest has done a good job of becoming its own machine, its own animal. That's an experience. That's up here.
The National can meet in the middle.
Come in the middle. That's what I'm saying. Fanatics Fest is up here. It's a totally different thing. Experiential, leagues, licensing, talent, celebrity, great. The National's a totally different thing. They absolutely can come up into that middle area to be like, okay, let's lean into social media a little bit more. Let's lean into exposure a little bit more. Let's lean into this. Let's lean into that.
This is why I'm here. This is why we flew to Boston. I am revealing exactly what the reason was, aside from meeting you guys. I appreciate the opportunity to do that as well. But something special here. Get to deal with a lot of big cards. There's a great story coming for you guys behind this one, but not too shabby of a pickup.
Boom.
The Jordan rookie. I don't care who thinks it's 86. This one came first in a PSA 7. There are no PSA 10s. There are 3 PSA 9s. There are some PSA 8s as well. This is an incredibly high grade for the card, and it's an iconic piece of cardboard history. So
big card.
I don't know the last time you saw one of these, but
big card. Wow. It's so sharp too.
I appreciate the opportunity to have you guys reach out and get something done so quickly.
You'll have to thank him because it was his idea. He's like, let's reach out to you. And
I appreciate that.
Well, because you know all the stuff, like everything you do, you're always like dealing with like bigger cards, rare cards, and things like that. Because we thought that was gonna be like a 2 or 3. So when it came back as 7, I was like, oh crap! I'm like, what do we do with
yeah,
this?
we
Like,
thought 4. We've never graded anything. We've been
this
back
is
in
like
cards for about 8 months.
Wow.
yeah,
We
we're like
just got
dollar
back
box
in.
hunters, you know.
My question is, what are you going to do with it? Do you
I'm
just
gonna-
flip do you move everything?
No, and I try to be open. Like what you see in the videos, I give the same explanations when I'm off camera, but my idea with something like this is to hold into the summer wave, the National is a major show where someone comes looking just for that, and whoever has it, they're paying for it. Jordan stuff has seen a nice uptick too. So,
Absolutely.
you know, it's something, I don't want to say gamble, it's not a gamble, but I'm willing to wait and see, and if I end up handing my money back as worst case at some point, that's okay. When you say hold or flip, everything's temporary, right? Nobody takes any cards with them when they kick the bucket, right? So it's, at some point it's getting moved. Most things, yes, I turn over, I go in and out of inventory, I'm going to shows every weekend, so that's a big part of the business model, but something like this is an exception to that. You get a card like this, you become patient.
Well, congrats to you guys. That's awesome. That's an awesome find.
In terms of getting those messages, if you saw what my inbox, like it's dumb luck sometimes when my deals get done through an inbox from someone I don't have prior contact with, because I'll be going through and I'll go super fast, right? Just to get through some of the messages. If I see an image or a card price real quick, in and out to see if anything's worth even looking at or opening. I see a card like that, I take a second to look at it. A lot of people do just ask for kind of a consult or advice. For me, I'd end up doing like all day consultations if I went through every single one, but anything that I end up being interested in, if people want advice, I say, look, I know I pay fair, I buy these cards all the time. Like, best advice I can give is here's what I think it's worth, here's what I can pay.
He said, he goes, yeah, I messaged me. You already messaged me back.
Well, you were so fair. You were fair off the bat. You weren't unrealistic for a cash offer. It's more than fair on a card like this. I just picked this up in New Orleans at like a show that was at the Superdome that we were just at, and it's on card, a piece of the UNC4. I got a Penix Kaboom, and then this, which you might have seen the video from, but I picked this up from the guy who got it signed in person. So this was signed at Michael Jordan's basketball camp. The significance is the year it was signed and what the auto looks like. It was signed in 1991. Why does that matter? Because that was his first championship. When was it signed? In June. It was right after he won his first ring. And that's his early auto. He didn't sign that many cards on card, but this wasn't one that was just passed through a stack for Upper Deck. This was signed for a fan, for a young fan at his camp. You can tell by the auto, he doesn't sign like that past a certain point in the 90s.
Yeah, he's got it like Michael's almost above Jordan.
Yep, it's the early style auto. It's clean, it's bold, it's on the second of your card.
Do you go out looking for a certain card, or you just like look at the case and they're like?
I go to a show almost every other week for the past 2 years now, and I go looking for the best cards for the best deals, but I'm open-minded. I think that's important from the business standpoint, right? Because if I go zeroed in on something and I don't find it, then it was a waste of time. But I've learned to just be completely open-minded to what I come across, and of course, very fortunate to have the marketing behind myself at this point that's gotten to reach so many people. That's why we're here, right? So I think we're looking at however you want to shake and bake it down. It's like $5,000 in cardboard in terms of value. I think that's the market value. So I'd be going from basically working from there. We've done this before.
Yeah. So would you want just the Jordans, or do you want the whole star set? Because there's like 1,000 cards.
I mean, I'm the kind of guy that wants everything at all times. My answer is always, I can buy more and the deal gets better and better, then I'm all in, you know? If some cards, for whatever reason, you liked more or attached to, pull those out. I always tell collectors that. Like, I don't want to buy the stuff that you are emotionally attached to or has a significance, because it's never going to make sense. And you'll resent me for it if you want it after. So,
How about like 4250?
4.
That's nice.
You're at 4, yeah?
Yeah. I got to take him to dinner now.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
I'm fine, yeah. I actually said, on my thing, I said 4.
A boardroom deal.
Boardroom deals, Joey.
I said, say
We're taking the hobby to the next level.
This is the most sophisticated card deal I've ever done. Boardroom with a view. I'm usually doing these in like back area. Some guy next to me is sweating, eating chicken fingers, and they're expanding him and Tom Brady are BFFs, and they.
So is that you? Is this your company? Oh, okay. You kind of look familiar. I didn't want to be like, you're the owner, right? Because I kind of see you on social media.
Yeah, so Kyle and I are friends. He obviously reached out and said, hey, I got some local guys I'm doing a deal with. We're looking for a safe space.
Awesome.
So we've been hanging out for the last couple hours. I've been just showing him the operation, and then
Came with a
figured
view.
we'd give you guys give you guys the boardroom.
Chris, he doesn't remember saying it, but he just told me I'm in charge now. He's going on vacation with his wife. They're out of here. They're tapping out. But look at this new office I got to do business at.
What a deal.